Okay, the first tip that I'm going to share with you guys is to get one of these. This is a metal spoon cuticle pusher and you need it. I'm telling you. It has made the biggest difference with my application. The first thing that it does is that it helps to remove the invisible cuticle. You may think that you're getting all of your cuticle out of the way by using a normal cuticle pusher, but I was surprised even how much was left over when I used this. So you come here and the cuticle, the invisible cuticle, is on the sides of your nails as well as in the back. So come here and really clean off your nail. You just scrape it off. If you don't have a metal spoon cuticle pusher, you could probably use an orange stick to scrape it, but you won't be able to do the other little handy trick that I will show you that I use this for. So if I were you, I would just buy one. You can get one at Sally's or you can get one on Amazon, or I'm sure there's some other beauty places that you can get it. So I use this little part to scrape, and then I use the back end to remove it from anywhere off on my nail. So, you know, it gets kind of in the crevices here. And I just get rid of all that extra skin. Let me show you. Do you see this? This is what's making your wraps lift. Okay? So take that off, and then I come in with my alcohol wipe, and I will clean off my nail really, really well. And then I'm going to do the normal application process. So I'm going to come in here and I have my wrap. I'm going to slice it up with my scissors. So I wanted to show you how I cut my wraps. I used to pull them up with tweezers and try and cut them this way, and that was just really a pain. So I lay my fingernail on here and I see how long I need it, and then I actually come in from the side. And it's obviously easier when it's the full sheet, but these are my bits and pieces for this application. So I cut out what I need, and then if you see, it just kind of folds right off like that. So I come in with my tweezers and I'll grab that end. I heat it up just like normal. You want to make sure that it's getting nice and heated, so as soon as it starts to curl and bend, that's when it's going to be ready. Remember, it gets nice and floppy. So come in here as close to the cuticle as possible. Okay, so I have it sitting here. Then I come and I push outward first, and then I go down the sides. And when I'm going down the sides, I like to go down and out, so I'm pushing out any of those bumps or creases. Okay. If there are any little puckers, I can pull them out if I need to. Okay, then I heat it up with my Jamberry heater, or you can use the blow dryer. And I push it with my cuticle pusher. This is my rubber cuticle pusher, not my metal one. I use that for the very end. Okay, I have a lot of excess here because I wasn't really paying attention of how much I was cutting on the wrap because I was making a video, but I trim that off, and then I'm going to do my baggy trick because I always do the baggy trick. It's my very, very favorite for making sure that I get a good seal on the tips as well as nice seal on the sides of my wrap. Okay, so the next thing that I do with my metal spoon cuticle pusher is to heat it up with my heater, and I get it nice and toasty, and I'm essentially going to be ironing my wrap on. I am ironing it onto the nail as well as smoothing out any little bumps that I see. So as soon as it's hot, I come here and I go back and forth. Let me show you. So I'll go back and forth like this. And you can use your tweezers if you have metal tweezers for that. I just like these metal spoon cuticle pushers because it's rounded like the nail is, and so I feel like it irons it and really gets all of those little spots on your nail that maybe the tweezers wouldn't get. So after it is nice and ironed on, then I just wait for it to cool and I will file it off and I'm good. Speaking of filing, Some people have had problems with their tips lifting, and I used to have that issue until I found out this little trick. So I do my normal filing. I come in here and I'll go straight down, only going downward, right? You don't want to be going back up and down, or else it will actually make your layers kind of fall off and split and divide. So you just want to come in and go straight down. Once you have all of the pieces off of there, all the excess, then I like to use this little buffer. This is a 7-way buffer. You could probably use a 3-way as well, but these are the ones that I really like. So I picked this up at Walmart. Since I just used a fairly coarse file, I'm not going to use number 1 and 2. I'm going to go straight to 3. I come here, I go to 3, and then I go to number 4, and I go all the way up to 7, and as I'm going, I'm going to slowly start angling a little bit more on my buffer. Because I'm trying to get the most smooth edge possible so that there is no lifting or anything that's going to catch when I'm using my nails. And then it comes here and it's nice and smooth and all that excess is gone. I also want to show you how you can do it with fingernail clippers. Some people, if you have short nails, you may not be able to use a file, and so you can use a fingernail clipper to trim off the excess of your wrap, and then you can do the 7-way buffer or the 3-way buffer. I like to get it nice and pretty, and then do the buffering, just like I did before, where I start at 3, and still at 3 I'm doing about straight up and down, and then we go to 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's going to leave you with a nice smooth edge that's not going to do any lifting.